Hey there, I'm Riley with Roll20, and today I want to show you a new update that we've just released for the Cards feature. If you haven't used it already, the Cards feature in Roll20 lets you create and manage collections of cards in decks. You can manage the decks for your campaign here under the Settings tab. Every campaign you create starts with a playing cards deck, which you can see includes all the normal cards in a deck plus the red and black jokers. Showing the deck lets both you and players draw from it. Here's where the new stuff kicks in. In addition to drawing cards, you can now play cards onto the table just by dragging and dropping. You can also now deal cards to players. When you do, the player will automatically get a hand which holds all of their cards. As you can see, I can't see what's in another player's hand. In my own hand, though, I can drag and drop to reorder the cards I've been dealt. I can also drop a card from my hand onto the tabletop to play it. When you need to start a new round of a game like poker, the GM can easily recall cards back from the player's hands, as well as those played on the tabletop with one click, shuffle the deck, and start dealing again. Let's do a quick example of poker to see how this might work in action. There are two players in this game. I'm going to start by shuffling the deck, then I'm going to deal 5 cards to each player. The deal action here lets me deal multiple cards at once. As you can see, each player now has a hand with 5 cards in it. I can look at my hand and decide that I want to discard some of my cards. I put them on the tabletop, where the GM can simply delete them, which removes them from play and puts them back into the deck. Then I can be dealt replacement cards. Notice that by dragging instead of clicking, I can deal a card to a player without first seeing what the card actually is. Once both players have their hands, we can lay down our cards to compare and see who's won. For a bit more advanced example, here I've got a few decks set up that have infinite cards in them, like you might use in a resource trading board game. Notice that as I deal cards from multiple decks, multiple hands are created for each player. I can also drag and drop between hands if I want to consolidate all of my resource cards into a single hand. In this type of game, an important mechanic is the ability to trade cards between players. Here I'm just going to drop one of my cards onto another player, which opens up a trade window. We can each put in the cards we want to trade, and when we both accepted the trade, it will go through. Finally, you may also play a game where you can steal cards from other players. When I open up another player's hand, I can see the cards they have in the order they have them, but not what they are. I can click the steal button on the card, and the other player will get a dialog box asking them to confirm the steal. When they do, I'll receive the card. Well, that's a quick overview of all the new card features in Roll20. Be sure to check out our help and documentation site for a more thorough overview of everything you can do, and thanks for watching.